Hey Sunshines, welcome back to my channel. This is Liza Jane. You might also know me as Liza Locks. I get asked so often about updos.
For weddings, for school events, for black tie events, holiday parties, you're wanting to have a new fresh updo.
And there are so many ideas, and my best suggestion is always
look at brushable hairstyles
and then work those and make those into dreadlock styles.
Find something that you can do and adapt to dreadlocks. It's really not that different, and to be honest with you, braids are so much easier with dreadlocks.
I was scouring YouTube for styles and I found this in normal brushable hair, and I thought, oh my gosh, that would look so cute with dreadlocks.
Hey Otto, can you sit down? Sit down, don't tap the ends. Sit down.
All you're gonna need for this hairstyle is 3 to 4 hair ties and maybe some bobby pins for security. You're gonna start by splitting your hair straight down the back. I could have made mine a little straighter in the front, but I had no mirror, so we're going with it. Dreadlocks have taught me nothing is ever perfect. Once you have it split in the back, you're going to go ahead and make a triangle about halfway down and split your hair that way, pulling the sides away from the back and separating your sections. I like to use clips for this part to keep them separate, but you can totally use those hair bands that we set aside. There is one little dreadlock that you can see is in a funny place, and I'll get to that later and you'll see. I kept it in because, again, nothing is perfect with dreadlocks and anything can be fixed. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go directly down and do a simple, easy braid, separating into 3 sections and just going over each one. Over, 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 and over. I will continue this braid all the way to the ends of the tips where I can't braid any longer. At this point, I'm going to take one of my hair ties and simply wrap it around the bottom of my locks to keep it in place. Once completed, go ahead and throw that back out of your way. We're going to start on the front. Now that we're in the front, we're going to start a French braid. Now, I think French braids are so super simple when you have dreadlocks, because basically all you're doing is making a braid, and every time you take a strand over, you add another one. So I start with a braid, but then as I go over, I add a dreadlock. And then I flip one over and add a dreadlock from the side, cross over, add a dreadlock, cross over, add a dreadlock. I continue this all the way down, keeping my braid close to my head, close to my ear, and continuing all the way down. You can see that I'm continuing my braid all the way down. I'm going to do this until I've added every single lock into this braid, and then I'll continue it down into one braid all the way to the tip of my dreadlock until I get to the end. You'll know when you can't go any further. Go ahead and grab your hair tie and simply tie that section off until we come back to it at a later point. So now that we have that side completed, we're gonna go ahead and go to the other side and simply do the same exact thing. A French braid on this side, starting with a braid, simply one over the other. And then as we go down, you're going to simply add one dreadlock to each crossover. I guess I said simply a lot there, but it really is easy. Don't let braids intimidate you. You're just adding a dreadlock each time you go down, keeping close to the head, close to your ear, and going all the way down. For ease, you can go ahead and take out bead accessories before you begin. They can make things a little bit tricky when you're trying to braid, but I must admit, I love a braid with dread beads poked in and out or ribbons coming through. It looks so cute. So don't be afraid to tackle them. They just make it a little bit trickier. Remember how I had that funny one out of place? Oh yeah, my hand found it. I ended up yanking it out of the braid that it was originally in and adding it into this one. See, it found its home. So go ahead and complete this side, taking your braid all the way to the end till you can't go any further, and taking your hair tie, simply wrapping it around to hold your place. Now for the fun part. You're gonna go back to that braid in the back, you're gonna take out that hair tie, and you're going to simply make a bun with it, wrapping it around itself, tying the ends inside. But for security, I'm going to go ahead and use that rubber band I was using before and tie it around the bun so it's nice and secure. Then I'll grab a braid from the side, take the hair tie out, and simply take it under and around that bun, tucking the ends in wherever I can. I simply just tuck them in to that other braid, pushing as much as I can down. Now, if I were gonna wear this style just on the everyday, I probably wouldn't use bobby pins. But for security, to go to an event, I would definitely put some in just so I don't have to worry about it slipping or coming undone. And as you can see, I'm just putting them in all willy-nilly wherever I feel like it could use one. Once I feel like that side's secure, I go ahead to the other side. Again, taking out the end, the rubber band, wrapping it around the bottom of my bun that I've created, and tucking that little end into the bun itself, the braid, wherever I can stick those little ends in, that's where they're going. This is gonna add security by pushing those little ends in. This is another one of those hairstyles where you can make it as perfect or perfectly imperfect as you want it to be. I tend to go imperfect, especially when I have no mirror like I'm dealing with right now. But go ahead and add as many pins as you would like to keep that bun nice and secure before you go out. This little bun isn't going anywhere. And if you know me, I have a hard time with updos due to shoulder pain and neck pain, but this bun was so nice and relaxed on my neck. I didn't have any pain with it, and I actually wore it for a few hours after this video. Let me know in the comments what you think. I hope that style was easy, and I hope you give it a try. If you do, tag me on Instagram. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. If you're looking for other easy updos, check out my channel for more. I will link some below. I always do easy, so if I can do it, you can do it.